Mark 11 piece of equipment, and then Special Reserve, and then you can choose between your Mako and Omega ground sets. The Omega ground set is more tactical, less defensive, and the Mako is more defensive.
Ooh, ground one.
It wasn't intended, but here it is. We'll do space next.
Okay, let me switch to my weapon stuff.
I think I'll put some armor on.
Put some clothes on, Sarah.
It's kind of cold on the ship. Okay, so Jupiter Force has had a party on their starbase to show off the season at Tier 4, which is pretty cool. And this is the party on the instance inside the base. There might be a few people outside still. I'm not sure. Sure, they're making their way inside, and this is what we're looking at now. So we'll see people later.
All right, we'd like to thank DJ Jen for coming in and giving his time for I've Got a Name. But right now, we're going to talk about something real quick. There's a website called MMORPG. I'm going to put a link in there real quick. They're giving away keys if you register there. So Star Trek Online in-game uniform giveaway, and they've got 3,639 keys left to give away. So MMORPG.com will be giving away these keys. So run over there and go register while you're listening into these fine gentlemen tell us about Mak'Tars who we've got in here. And they're going to tell us about their fleet and whatnot. So, gentlemen, I thank you for coming into Fleet Chat and telling us about your fleet. First off, I'll let y'all introduce yourselves one by one, all the way down.
Hi, I'm Admiral Zenzaji.
Hi, I'm the Fleet Admiral, Nerion.
Fleet Admiral Tulak here.
Lieutenant Zadoka.
And I am Vice Admiral Israel.
Oh, damn, no Canadians for me to pick on. I love to pick on Canadians.
It's
I
all
will-
right. It's
I will
all
be
right.
a
Fleet Admiral
Canadian.
Nerian's wife is Canadian, so you can pick on her perfectly fine.
I
She's a
am
member of the fleet as well, so it's brilliant.
I am emigrating there in January, so yeah.
There we go. All right, so I can halfway pick on somebody. Cool.
You should re-interview us then.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to Fleet Chat. I thank y'all for coming in and sharing with us about your fleet and what it is you do, you don't do, and whatnot. So first off, tell us about Mak'Tar and how y'all got started.
Okay, I'll let Dave start with that one, with the history of the Mak'Tar.
Well, we were in another fleet that was a multi-game fleet, and it was great at first. And then we realized that the direction that we were kind of being pulled in was one that was kind of contrary to how we wanted to run a specific game. It was kind of like they were trying to get us to do an overall theme that was not really Star Trek to us. And so we decided to start a fleet of our own. And we also both work very well together. That's me and Nerian. And we think alike, and we have a lot of fun, and we've always enjoyed gaming with each other, so we decided to give it a go. And we decided to give our site the theme of a movie from the 90s called Galaxy Quest, and really, really funny movie. And that's, if you go to our site, it's themed like that. And we really wanted to have fun, a family atmosphere, and to get everybody together to have fun while accomplishing everything that they wanted to in the game.
Excellent. Now, the one thing I told, I don't know who it was I was talking to in game, was to bring your opinions about Season 7, but we'll get to that shortly, because I do want to hear about that, because this week we're trying to make sure we have live DJs all the way across, and we want to hear people's opinions. So, but we'll get that in a minute. So, all right, so how long have y'all been in existence?
Since around June, so I think we've been going for sort of May, June we started.
Yeah. Yeah, we started in May and June.
Okay. How many members would you say you have?
I think we've got about 22 odd members. That's individual members, not including obviously alternate characters. But yeah, about 22 members. We're not a big fleet at the moment, but we're a fun fleet, and we do have a good time with each other.
Well, evidently
And if
y'all are
you-
international fleet. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you can tell, some of us are from other parts of the world, and some of us are from off this world. But yeah, we're a very diverse group. So.
Yeah, I'll be going off as well.
Well, I see American, I see British, and I see Germany. So y'all are well-rounded as far as international. So, all right. Now, I understand not everybody uses TeamSpeak. Not everybody uses Ventrilo. Y'all use something I'll admit, I am not exactly customary to. Y'all, what is it y'all use?
Mumble.
Mumble.
Yeah, because when we were looking for a way to set up a website, I was already in a group with Final Fantasy XIV that used Engine. So I looked at what packages they offered, and they basically supplied Mumble with their basic website package. So it came free of charge. We did, with our previous group, we did used to use Ventrilo. So we tested out Mumble, and it's kind of got a lot of similarities between TeamSpeak and Ventrilo, and yeah, it came free of charge. So that's why I went with it.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So, all right. Oh, go ahead.
Very configurable site too. If anybody's interested in setting something up that has a lot of features, even in the free version, awesome site.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So, y'all been in existence since, I believe y'all said June or July?
May, June, yeah.
June. All right. I usually write this stuff down so I don't have to forget, and I'm going to write it down right now. All right. So, small fleet, of course, and you see yourselves growing. And
Yes.
with the direction of the game, do you see yourselves being able to grow pretty good?
Oh, definitely. And there's plenty of scope, especially, with the amount of people that's coming in and the amount of people that have joined Star Trek since it went free to play. There's definitely lots of scope for us to grow as a fleet.
Yeah, and we're not looking to cram 1 million people into our fleet. It's not about numbers with us. We'd rather game with people that are able to be adults and have a good time and try to keep drama down to a bare minimum. So we want people that are, interested in gaming and having a good time as opposed to being the biggest fleet in the entire universe.
Excellent. All right. What is it? Do y'all have like a specialty y'all do? Some fleets actually dissect themselves to go do just STFs, while others go do flarks or fleet marks, if you will, and whatnot. What is it that y'all like to specialize in, or do y'all just spread yourselves out and do whatever the hell y'all feel like doing?
It's a spread out, actually, I think, yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we do pretty much everything. We'll, do missions, what everyone needs doing. I mean, we do regularly run STF events, and that's what Zenzo actually deals with. So if he wants to talk about the events.
Yeah, sure. At the moment, we're doing regularly every Saturday. We do a regular STF event that's for the whole fleet, and anyone can join in. And we got quite a few people who are running different fleets, and for instance, Lieutenant Sadorka here. He is fairly new to the fleet, but he's obviously really into doing all of the event stuff as well. And for instance, next on Saturday he's running all the normal level STFs for the fleet. But what we've tried to set up doing as well, mostly at our own expense at the moment until we're self-sufficient enough.
Wake up.
All right.
Basically, we we give away some free gifts for people who participate in it. Not big things like, for instance, Mark 12 gear, but at the same time, they're nice little things you can have. I think quite a lot of what was given away for this Saturday just gone was some contraband for each person who took part, and a couple of other little bits and pieces.
Excellent. All right. So y'all have basically every Saturday a STF event. Y'all just get together and just go at it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we do them in the week as well. There's no specific time to do them, but that's the main time we definitely always do them. But if people need help in the week, we help them out, get them involved. Try and get people confident with running STFs as well, because I always find that if you run the STF yourself, you certainly learn more about it, and you get more comfortable with doing them.
All
And
right, so
that's
who's? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and I think that's the advantage of having like I already said, we spread out guys from all over the globe basically, because every time you log on, you will find somebody there on the Mumble on Fleet, and it's like, oh yeah, I got something I want to do, want to join in, and then all of the end you start with 2 people, and then you end up with like, oh wait, we need to make 2 groups. So it's basically more not really planned. We just, when it comes up, we deal with it, and we do whatever we feel like. So kind of.
All right. Now, describe to me your ranking system as far as your ranks, and then how one moves up in them.
Well, we have more ranks than actually Star Trek Online allows, which only is 7. We've got our ranks set up to follow the official Star Trek ranks. So from Lieutenant, from Ensign, Lieutenant Junior Grade, Lieutenant Commander, Commander, and then all the Admiral ranks up to Fleet Admiral. All the ranks from Ensign to Commander are purely used as recognition ranks, so people who have either contributed a lot, made an effort, and gone out of their way in the fleet. It's nice to be recognised for someone doing hard work within the fleet. So, those are just purely recognition ranks, and then our officer ranks are captain and above. So the captain will sort of be the first point of contact for all our members, and then everything escalates. So everyone will always, refer to their next point of contact up in the ranking system if there's a problem or if they need something to be dealt with. Then we have set time scales for, we've got probationary period for when people join of a maximum of 30 days. But most people usually become a full member within a couple of weeks, or a week, 2 weeks. And with the higher ranks, that's a purely time-based, and people taking initiative, showing that they've got, showing the skills that we need for those sort of ranks. Because some of the ranks require to run the STF events, the Admiral rank, which Zenzo, his responsibilities involve managing the fleet projects and making sure they get completed. So all the promotions are timescale based, so people have to be within the group for a certain period of time, and we monitor people over that period of time to see how they get on within the fleet, and if they do, people show a lot of promise and they show they want to take on that role, then we do offer a trial period, where they can get involved and run STFs or run fleet events and rerun old missions or episodes.
Yeah, let me chime in there while we'll start talking about ranks. I think it's really important that a fleet have a really good set of officers in place that work well together. But it's not always about the ranks. I like giving recognition, say on the fly, of if somebody that I've just noticed has gone out of their way to help somebody that's just started the game. I'll say something right then, or something on the site, right then and there, about what a great job so-and-so just did in helping this person that is absolutely awesome. And, of course, stuff like that can lend to actually somebody moving up in the fleet. We're not strictly trying to be completely and totally, set in a ranking structure, but, we do have that in place. But, recognition comes in all sorts of ways in our fleet, mainly, just that immediate, gosh, you just did a great thing. And that was so helpful. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, there's always somebody looking for a new fleet, or somebody might be new to the game and whatnot. What could you tell them that they want to join your fleet for? What kind of reasoning, or what would you tell them? Say, hey, this is my fleet, and come join us. What? I'm losing my words here. I'm getting tongue twisted. Hey, yeah. What could you tell them to make them want to draw them to your fleet?
Well, I tell you, I think one of the major things that is really important to gamers and in general, and I've been playing MMOs since they came out, or in games since the early 90s, is when you're flying with a group of people in the universe, or whether you're running with them on mounts across the land, you want to feel like you're part of something special, and that's what we want people to feel. We don't want them to feel awestruck and they have to meet our criteria and that they're under a microscope. We want them to feel like, oh, wow, I've got a bunch of friends already as soon as they join. That's the main thing that I think, this fleet should represent. That whenever they come in here, they know that they're going to get the most they can out of this game, and they're with people that have the same interest at heart, and also are a lot of fun to be with.
And by Grandpa's hammer, we shall avenge you.
I also think
Exactly.
that I think that a good person to talk about like what it's like being a new member as well would be Lieutenant
Micah, myself. Yeah. Being the new guy was basically, I started the game. I'm like the ones that came here with the free-to-play thing, and I've actually just been playing it for a couple of weeks. And I just started, and I figured, like, okay, I'm not going to get a fleet straight away. First of all, I find out what I'm doing here. And I think kind of a bad habit in this game is these ninja invites. People saw me, it's like, oh, he's not in the fleet, invite him. And I was just
I
like,
agree with that one. I agree wholeheartedly with that one.
And I've just been declining them, and I was just thinking, okay, no, if you don't have really talked to me first or ever, I'm definitely not joining you. And then Sensei came to me and actually saw I was not in the fleet and really spoke to me and like typed to me in chat like, oh yeah, I saw you were not in the fleet. And I was thinking, great, the first guy that actually doesn't just invite me straight away to a bunch of strangers, that actually talks to me and tells me about the fleet. So we've been texting for a bit, and I said like, okay, sounds really good, and I joined, and I've been greatly welcome here. And me being new to this game, I still have a lot of questions, and every time I ask him, I get a nice answer, and I always get let's say pointed in the right direction. Because otherwise, if I would be running without guidance, I'd probably be totally lost in this universe at the moment. But they always have like the time to answer the questions for the new guy and help him out, and I greatly appreciate that.
Now that's excellent, because that's going to actually go into another question, okay? And this is more kind of the guys that's been around in the fleet for a while, or since the beginning, if you will. When you've got somebody new like him right there, what is it you do? Make sure somebody does not feel lost as far as the new person. And here's a good example. He's talking about people that send out these just random fleet invites. Hell, my first fleet, I joined by accident because I was new to the game and didn't know what the hell I was doing. All right, but still I was lost. Didn't know nothing about the game, didn't know nobody to talk to. All right, so when you've got a new guy, you bring in a fleet, what is it you do to keep him from being lost in the crowd, or you will, or just kind of off on his own?
Everyone is... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I mean, the initial part of, when someone joins the fleet, we always try and make sure, they get on the website, they complete the recruitment form, and they get registered, and they download Mumble and get on with us, because, that's the main way we communicate. And any information, anything new about the game, and if we get people on Mumble, I always find it's a lot easier to talk to someone verbally than try and sit there and type out an essay to someone in the game. So, we try and prompt people to, get on Mumble and join in with us. And, if they're taking a while to do it, we'll keep on prompting them.
Exactly. And the other thing that we do is we make it known that the website is extremely important. It's a very key part of communication. Whatever you've got on your mind, don't use it for flaming, but if you've got questions, if there's something frustrating you, if you need help on something, communicate it there. And we will put links to wikis and everything else that we can to make information available to people that are new to the game. Because I remember when I started this game, and I've been gaming for a while, I had a lot of questions, and I didn't actually even get into a fleet for the first year. And it was real confusing to me at first. So I always make sure to make a lot of tools available to them, especially using Mumble and using the site. That's the most important thing. And then, of course, getting on with them. And if I have to hold their hand, I have to hold their hand until they get used to it, and just, help people as much as possible.
I also find, because recently, over the last couple of weeks, both fleet admirals have been busy with obviously real life stuff, and I've been essentially left in charge for those 2 weeks. Oh God help us. But basically, I've always found that my personal approach to the few people I did recruit over those 2 weeks was, as long as you're talking to them and asking them rather than just throwing out ninja invites, it is so much more reassuring for them that they're actually coming into a mature group rather than, oh my God, I just want numbers, let's just get all of these people together. It doesn't matter what they're like, how they're going to play, how they're going to get on. Whereas you can tell if that's extra little mile to go to do is making the difference. And people like Sardorka, who have joined in this way, never haven't regretted it. But when in the fleet and the talking, although some people can't find the time to, or don't have the bandwidth or whatever to get onto Mumble all the time, except for like say events on the Saturday or something. So some people, it's just a case of if we're just chatting in fleet chat, they'll just join in. As long as you make them feel welcome, you just join in. You have a laugh with them. It's perfectly fine. Not a couple of I think that 2 nights ago, I recruited 2 people, and within seconds we were all just laughing about something which, to be honest, I can't even remember because it was just nonsense. But to us at the time, it was hilarious, and we found it really quite funny. And we were all just in fleet chat, just chatting away, having a great time. And those people then just went straight on, registered on the website, and are great people to talk to in the fleet. And it's the same with Sardorka and another member of ours called Payne. Both of them are really great guys, and they've just been recruited exactly the same way. So I think it's more the personal touch rather than just spamming zone chat or sending everyone messages into their inbox which they're never going to read, or just ninja invites.
Yeah, like getting a mass mail you always love to get, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, for what use is a fleet if you have, for example, 600 guys in the chat room? Like, you might as well join IRC. I'd rather have 20 guys I play with and have fun and do funny stuff on Mumble, TeamSpeak, or however, and just chill out and just basically sit there, because it happened already that I just sat there with the headset on and we were talking and just laughing, then sitting in game and typing. It's a multiplayer game, so you basically want to interact with people, and I think there's no better way to interact than with your voice. Plus, on top of that, it really does help in fleet things, because if you want to tell people what to do, you can write a really long text down and nobody will read it, or just say it for a second on Ventrilo, Mumble, or whatever, and he will know. It makes communication so much easier.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Now, here's the one question I saved to last. Okay. You can take as long or as short as you want. As long as we don't get into DJ's Grom time, we're fine. So, but here's the question I always ask everybody: what sets you apart from everybody else? What makes everybody want, or anybody? I know not every fleet is for everybody. You know, I've got my own I run with. You know, that's not. I don't consider it's not for everybody. Trust me on that one. But what sets you apart from everybody else?
We're awesome.
I think we're just a friendly bunch to be around.
Awesome. Yeah.
Honestly, yes. I think I would go with that answer. We're awesome in the way that we interact with everybody that joins our group.
I would recommend anyone that's listening, if they haven't seen Galaxy Quest, they go and watch Galaxy Quest, and that's what we're about.
It's very fun. We've got, something else that sets us apart is we are very into having fun and just enjoying ourselves. And like for instance, Nerian has created his own Foundry mission based on Galaxy Quest, full-on community authored, and it's a really in-depth, really good mission. And so I recommend if you have an idea, if you want to have an idea about what we're like before, approaching one of us for even a chat or anything, if you want to have just a quick look on the community authored area, the Foundry area, once it's back up, that is, you can have a look for Galaxy Quest Act 1, and I'm sure have a play of that, and you can get an idea of our kind of sense of humour very much from that mission, because we played it like a few months ago, and I just, all I could see was our sense of humour mixed with really, really funny Galaxy Quest references, and it was great fun to play.
And the only thing I think I would add to that is, as much as we're about humor and fun and laughing, it's kind of like at the end of the movie when everybody bands together and they realize that they're really supporting each other and have that really solid foundation of knowing that those other people have their back. And, so I think that's what we're about as well. And, as well as being completely crazy.
Yeah. We're
I'll
not
agree
normal.
with that.
Exactly.
If you're not, you need not apply.
And so
yeah.
far, I would say we don't take ourselves too serious, or at least haven't found anybody that takes it too serious. So everybody just is capable of laughing over himself or what, because we usually do have a lot of fun on the Mumble server, and I haven't really met anybody yet that kind of is really then easy. Not really. Everybody's capable to accept a joke on his behalf, so.
They're mostly on my behalf, being honest, because Jay has a habit of, as in Fleet Admiral Nerian, does have a habit, because we've known each other for 16 years, of suggesting to fire me out of a photon torpedo chamber.
I was just going to mention the airlock myself, so it seems like we're on the same thought here. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, what's y'all's website address for everybody?
It's the Mak'Tar. It's TheMaktar.engine ENJIN.com.
I'm sitting here writing this down. My pen just quit. Oh, there we go. THE.
Isn't that always like it? Is it one of those like cheap Starfleet pens?
Close enough. So it's TheMaktar.
Yep, .engine, which is ENJIN.com. And Engine's the name of the company that supply all the websites for loads of guilds, for loads of different games.
Oh yeah, I'm very, very well aware of Engine. So, but excellent, guys. If there's anything else y'all want to tell everybody, now's your chance.
Come join us.
Yes.
Have fun.
We'll only shoot you out the torpedo launcher at least once.
we can make it through the initial issues of season 7 together.
Enjoy yourself.
Oh, and but I do believe that you wanted to ask us briefly about what we thought about
season 7. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
My question so far, what do y'all think about it?
Well, how about this? I've seen you in game because I've got you added as a friend. How about you tell us what you think of it so far?
Unfortunately, I can't, because my problem was I tried damn near all day to get it up and going, and it took 40 freaking forevers, because I know those downloads and stuff.
Well,
so
I'll give you a fair comparison then. If you looked at Lord of the Rings and taken the ring to Mordor, that's probably an easier task than getting through this reputation system.
Getting to tier 5 max level gear at the moment seems to be... We're likely to complete it and have a nice full set of sparkly armour about 15 years after the extinction of the human race.
Here's another example of how many problems and glitches they're having. I just took part in an event for some nice Romulan marks, completed it, got rewarded absolutely nothing, submitted a ticket to find out my ticket in the queue was 1,400,000 and something.
Ouch. Well, let me say this, okay? 2 years ago, to this day, and I got a sneeze coming on, I got to try to fight it off. Call of Duty. Now, I came from Call of Duty to STO. I was looking for a new game, and that's how I found Star Trek Online. Okay, I was in a Best Buy. I just happened to see it, in the package and the disc. Now, to me, even though they have their glitches and whatnot, if I could equivalent how Black Ops went 2 years ago versus what they got now, this is a dream compared to 2 years ago. Because I couldn't even play the damn game for like 30 days. It was so laggy and so pathetically put out. So,
Agreed.
You've played it, I take it.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that
isn't that the nature of MMOs, though? I mean, it's a live environment, and they're programming all the time. It's not an easy environment to program in, and I'm sure they'll get it worked out.
But the thing of it is that at least they're continuously working on the problem. They're continuously, you've got every Thursday you've got the maintenance time. To me, at least they're showing that initiative to keep trying to make those improvements. And it's
Yeah.
not always perfect. We're going to disagree we're going to agree to disagree on a lot of things. But at least, and for those who's been with STO for let's say the last couple of years, as I just come through just after beta, they made a lot of improvements. They were kind of slow. How many remember just they were running the reruns? That's all you did.
Oh yeah.
But at least they're now. Go ahead.
Oh, I will say one thing for the Season 7 update that is a welcome addition. For the first time in 4 years, I can change characters without having to log out and log back in.
Yes,
that
that'd be
that
nice.
pleases me greatly.
That will be nice. Whenever I get to test that, because I was only in game for like 5 minutes to track you down, and then to get out and come set up. So, but that's it. We're gonna cut loose. If there's anything other y'all want to add to it, go right ahead.
Come join us.
Thank you very
One
much.
of us. And thank you very much for having us.
Yeah,
Guys, I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing your time and sharing about your fleet and whatnot. And so we're going to cut loose. We got DJ Grom going to be coming in next. And this has been Fleet Chat. We're going to get out of here and crank a couple tunes real quick, and because we only got about 5 minutes left. So I got to get off here before he gets in here. So we're going to crank it. And guys, I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing your time. All right?
This has absolutely been fantastic.
It's
Thanks
been
for
a
the
great
opportunity.
time.
Yes, thanks very much for your time. It's been
And
great.
by Grabthar's hammer, Subspace Radio kicks ass.
Absolutely. This has been
absolutely.
This has been the Mak'Tars. Their website is themaktar.enjin.com. I am the Couch Killer here on Subspace Radio, the voice of Star Trek Online. Live loud, play hard.